Who is going to be the main event for UFC 300? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys stick around because we're going to go over some of my favorite potential fights for the headliner for UFC 300. Now, contrary to popular belief, there's a lot of people out there that really do believe that we're going to be seeing Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler for the headliner at UFC 300, but I'm here to tell you guys that's probably not the case. We just saw Dana White go on the Pat McAfee show and pretty much just said that there is no date yet for Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, although they do want to see that fight take on sometime during the fall. Let's go ahead and take a look at that clip just to prove it to you guys.
I'm a mark. Conor McGregor's fighting Chandler.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully this year.
No, I heard we got a date. We didn't have a date. Chandler's pushing for a date. People are pushing for a date. Conor said he knows a date. Everybody has a date. You're the guy that got to set the date. You should say the date.
There is no date.
Come on,
I'm hoping for the fall. We get it done in the fall.
Okay, so is that for?
And when are you playing blackjack with me?
As soon as
I
possible.
thought we were playing.
So as you can tell, this topic made Dana White pretty uncomfortable. He was really quick to change the subject as soon as he could, but you guys heard it there. We're pretty much not going to see Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor anytime soon, hopefully in the fall, but currently there is no date to that fight. I'm pretty sure that that fight was already set for UFC 300. They would have probably already let us know, or the fighters themselves would have been hinting at it very heavily, but that just does not seem to be the case. Now, something that I've been hearing lately is the word triple champ. Now, there's only one fighter in mind that comes to my mind that could do this currently in the situation that he's in, and that's none other than Alex Pereira. Now, there is a lot of rumors going out there that we might even see Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall for the headliner for UFC 300, and that would be an amazing fight. If there's anybody in the UFC that could become the first triple champion, it's probably going to be Alex Pereira. Now, that is not going to be an easy task because Tom Aspinall is a big dude, 260, that moves around like Dominic Cruz and has a whole lot of athletic ability. And if he starts threatening Alex Pereira with some sort of grappling and wrestling, it's going to be a very, very tough fight for Alex Pereira. Now, I know Tom Aspinall might not have the most crisp striking. He might not have the best decision-making when it comes to standing in the pocket and trading blows. But this guy has a whole lot of power behind him. This guy is definitely dangerous. But I do believe that Alex Pereira has a good shot and a really, really, really good shot at beating Tom Aspinall. And I think this would be the most interesting out of all the potential fights that we have out there. Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall is definitely the most interesting matchup that the UFC could give us right now. Now, all we can do is hope and wait and see. But this is my favorite possible matchup that we could probably see for the main event at UFC 300. Now, another real possibility for a fight that we might see headline UFC 300 is a middleweight championship bout between Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis. This fight would be absolutely huge, given the fact that we know that Israel Adesanya is taking a hiatus from the sport. Although a couple weeks ago, we did see that he made his way back into the gym, which I might add could be a very telltale sign that he's probably preparing for something. That would make absolute huge news. It would be all over the internet. You guys would not stop talking about it. It would make headlines everywhere. Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis for the UFC middleweight title at UFC 300. It would be a huge fight. Now, if that fight does take place, I could honestly expect Israel Adesanya to come back better than ever and to have a dominant victory over Dricus du Plessis and retain the title and retain the throne in the middleweight division. Now, the next fight that I want to talk about is a fight that could very well possibly be the headliner for UFC 300, although I would not like it to be. And I think a lot of people would not like it to be. And that is the fight between Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad. Now, this fight has a real possibility of being the main event, given the fact that Leon Edwards has publicly came out and said that he wants to be an active champion. he wants to fight at UFC 300 and he wants to fight again in the summer. But I don't think that the UFC goes ahead and puts this fight as the main event, given the fact that I'm pretty sure that they know that the fans would be in total uproar if we got to see Belal Muhammad in the main event for UFC 300. Nothing really against him. It's just the fact that people just don't enjoy watching him compete. And that's that just sucks for Belal Muhammad's case, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I would love to see Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad at UFC 300, but definitely not for the main event. Now, of course, there is a lot of possibilities for the headliner of UFC 300. Let me know down in the comment section below, who would you guys like to see the most? And if you guys think that we missed on any other potential fights, let me know down in the comments. And as always, it's a pleasure talking to each and every single one of you guys. Peace out.